Hello everyone and welcome to a very exciting Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Today we are having a look at the Eviation Alice by LivToAir. This is an upcoming product that is going to be released by LivToAir on SIP Market tomorrow, August the 28th, and on the marketplace, the InSim marketplace, next week. However, LivToAir were very kind enough to shoot me over a release copy, not pre-release, release copy. So this is what's going to be released tomorrow. This is doesn't have any bug. This is the release candidate for the Alice. So as you can see, we have three different versions. We have cargo, commuter, and luxury. This aircraft is based on the Alice's second prototype, which flew for the first and only time 2 years ago. They are, however, working on a third prototype. Don't know when that's going to be coming out, but it's going to have less unusual looks, sadly. So, the liveries that we get with the cargo version are the default white livery and DHL. DHL has placed orders for the Alice, so yeah. And then we have the commuter version. So we have the default Aerolease, Aeros, Air New Zealand, which is pretty cool, Evia Aero, Montet, and Entas. Also, before I forget, if you've never heard of Eviation, they are an Israeli aircraft manufacturer. This is their first ever full-skies commercial aircraft. And then we have the luxury version, and along with some rather generic liveries. But the cabin does change. It's not just the same cabin. So, yeah. Let's check out the cargo version. Okay, so now we are sitting on the ground at Cologne Bonn Airport from FlightSim.to with the cargo version of the Alice in DHL livery. Must say, does look very good. This is based on the renders that DHL provided. So yeah, as you can see, the aircraft for 19 euros is very well modeled. Excuse the low graphics because I have to run my computer on low graphics because that's just the way my computer works. I don't have a NASA PC. So, yeah, it's a very unusual design, for sure. Oops, my bad. So, two engine, for want of a more accurate term, engines at the back, even though they're just electric motors connected to the propellers. And yeah, So let's, as you can see, up to LivToAir's usual standards for 19 euros, the texturing is pretty dang good. This cockpit, I should say, is actually theoretical, because no one knows what the Eviation Alice's cockpit actually looks like, apart from Eviation themselves. So, LivToAir has gone for a theoretical one, utilizing the Garmin G3000. Yeah, and as you can see, a sort of Airbus-like side stick configuration. We'll take a look at the tablet in a minute, but let's look at the interior. As you can see, this can carry approximately 200 pounds of freight. So, not that much, but it's only, the maximum range of the Alice is only around 450 nautical miles, so does it really need to carry any more cargo? I personally don't think so. So here's the throttle. Yeah. So now, let's go take a look at the passenger commuter version. Okay, so we are now on the ground at Rotorua in the New Zealand North Island with the Air New Zealand livery of the Alice, and I must say, looks pretty good. It, like, the Alice, like, there's some really nice riveting detail back here. Oh yeah, the rivets are very nicely detailed. Yeah. And let's have a look at the landing gear detail. I forgot to do that with the DHL one. So, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that is some good detail. I like this. Yeah, for 19 euros, this plane is a steal, but if you think I'm biased because I got this product for free, then test it out for yourself. So it's the same. I have to say it's the same cockpit across all three versions. So here we go. Um, here is the interior of the commuter version. As you can see, pretty Spartan, just really a cup holder. No like in-flight entertainment, of course. But the seats look pretty comfortable, and it can seat up to 9 people, which for an electric aircraft is a lot. So yeah, let's go take a look at the luxury slash the luxurious version of this aircraft, and we'll do a takeoff with it. Okay, so we're now on the ground at Mifflin County Airport in New England in the United States, and we've got the luxury version of the Alice. It looks, I must say, this orange livery does it justice. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to be doing just a takeoff in this thing since this is a first look video. But let's first have a look at the cabin. So, seating for 5. Looks like some people are going to have to sit backwards, but yeah. Wait a minute. We can open the doors? Okay, so there's a small, like, sink. And a wardrobe. Looks like a bit like a changing room and wash basin combined. That's pretty interesting. I must say, I love the stitching pattern on the seats. That looks pretty cool. But, okay, enough distraction. Let's get this bird in the air. Can I interact? Is there anything up here that I can interact with? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's just make sure. So we've got a flight planner. We won't need that. But let's call the charger. Wait a minute. I want to demonstrate how the charger works. So, payload of undefined. Let's reduce that. Okay. Okay, so changing weight and balance does not change the amount of charge you have. Interesting. Let's open the charging port and go over here. Okay. From my experience with electric cars, that's a CCS charger, if I'm not mistaken. So you can actually find these in proper electric cars as well. So let's go over here. You can get charging speed is 350 up to 1,000 kilowatts. Now, a realistic fast charger is like 350 kilowatts. So, I forgot I could actually change the state of charge in the aircraft. Where is it? Let's place the chocks. Settings. Here we go. Let's turn the batteries to like 80% just so I can show you how to charge this thing. So we go over here, click on this, that connects the charging plug. Then it starts charging, which is pretty cool. But we can also turn up the speed so it'll say it's 5 minutes. Alright, yeah. So, something to note about the propellers. When they're freewheeling and don't have any power being put into them, they reverse and act as what regenerative braking does in cars. Namely, it recharges the batteries using the airflow, which is pretty cool. I do like that feature. Alright, so we just have 1 minute, and it actually tells you how much it's going to cost to charge the aircraft, which is pretty cool. So we can't. Let's just go back and finish off the charging. There we go. Remove charger and close charging port. So apparently we can open doors from the inside, which we can. Nice. Unfoldable steps as well, so you don't need a jetway or anything. We won't be taking any passengers on this flight. It's just me and the aircraft. So, and there's also a cargo door. What's that? Oh, okay. It's over here behind the cabin. And it looks like you can put some suitcases in it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's close that. And then there's also the chocks as well, which are already placed. Lovely. So, let's put it... So, I'm pretty sure this is what you use for um, for like use it thrust mode. So there's taxi, there's range, and there's power. So presumably for like short takeoff and landings or go around situations, you'd use power. Normally you'd use range, and then when you're taxiing, you use the taxi mode. So yeah. Um, uh, um, okay, the battery master is very cleverly hidden right behind his side stick. So, oh, okay, avionics master comes on automatically. Interesting. And then we can see those G3000 units powering up over here. Ooh, I like that little symbol that they've put in. Right mouse soft key. Yes, here we go. So we have to let all of those chaps align. Then we go nav on. We don't need anything else yet. We'll keep it in taxi. And then we can turn power switches on. So another thing to note about the Alice is that when it's idling, the propellers do not turn because that's how the electric motors work. So while you're taxiing, while you're idling, or when you're stationary, the propellers will stay absolutely still. And because the engine doesn't have to rev, the engine revs could go to 0 because of the electric motors, which is pretty cool. Like, if this is the future of aviation, short range aviation anyway, bring it on. Like, this is an incredible little aircraft. Trim, we've got lights. Let's turn the lights on dim. So yeah, I can imagine executives using this quite a bit. That's okay. So it looks as though there isn't like a taxiing flap setting. There's only 3 settings: up, takeoff, and landing. So presumably taxi with flaps up? That's what I think anyway. So, mind you, I'm not an expert in battery 2-3 low, range low. Literally, the range is at 100%. Let's see, LivToAir. If you're watching, can you please put it down in the comments why this is reading low? Yeah, it's reading 0 nautical miles, 0 kilowatts. Yet the batteries are fully charged. I don't get that. That's so weird. LivToAir, again, if you're watching, please put something down in the comments. And, yeah, to explain why that is. Because that honestly seems like a bit of a bug. But, yeah. So, I keep forgetting I don't have to wait for the engines to, like, idle or anything. So, engines 1 and 2, powering on. It's range 0 nautical miles. Okay, so it's saying standby. Let's just wait. Okay, let's wait for all the avionics to power up. Alright, is the parking brake on? I don't think this thing has a parking brake. Okay, that's interesting. Slightly unusual, but okay. Chocks are removed. Let's get the beacon on. Oh, okay. Parking brake is here. It just wasn't registering on my Xbox for some reason. Interesting. But, yeah. This is a very cool aircraft. I've been wanting to see it in the sim for years. And to finally see it in my simulator is just, oh, it's a dream come true. Like, before I even got into video gaming, I was mad about this aircraft. But, yeah. So, okay. Still reading standby. Let's get the landing and taxi lights on. Actually, no. I'll leave the landing lights off, just taxi. Yeah, we won't need to do a pushback, I don't think. Okay, where's the windsock? Okay, so it's reading a slight crosswind, so I think we'll have to take off from this runway over here. Visual flight rules, of course, so we'll have to head off to the left and head down that taxiway over there. Okay, so... Okay, well, we'll just ignore that. Parking brake. off. And the motors power up immediately. And we're off. Strobe lights we can put on. Yeah, it's very maneuverable. Like, that's full. This is full left rudder. Wait a minute, have I gone the wrong way? I think I have gone the wrong way. Luckily, this thing is quite maneuverable. Yeah. And because it's electric, of course, the power is instant. And, yeah. So I can imagine this thing will have some pretty phenomenal takeoff performance. Yeah, this thing thing is very powerful. So now, if we go have a look, the propellers are just freewheeling in the wind, and yeah, which is quite cool. Like, you don't get that in any other aircraft. This is the aircraft which has gotten the closest to. Sounds are pretty good, but I'm wondering where LivToAir actually got the sounds from, because they couldn't have recorded it off the real Alice, because the real Alice is currently undergoing testing. LivToAir, again, if you're watching, please put down in the comments, where did you get these sounds from? Because they're probably not realistic, but okay. Here we go. Let's get ready for the holding point. Alright, holding point. And brakes. Power on. Oh, I forgot. Okay, landing lights on. Wait a minute. Okay, down is the off position. What am I thinking? Alright, all lights coming on. And flaps to take off. Look at the performance on this thing. By the way, if you're wondering where I got Mifflin County Airport, it's and Rotorua. Rotorua I got from the New Zealand World Update, and Mifflin County was from one of the US World Updates, I'm pretty sure. Alright, coming on to the runway. Runway 2. Yeah. Alright, let's line up. Brakes. Parking brake on. Taxi light off. Flaps are confirmed. Thrust mode into power. Parking brake off. Full power. It's very quiet. All you hear are the sound of the propellers. It's because of the electric motor, I suppose. 70 knots already. 90. Does require quite a. It requires 130 knots. Does require quite a bit of runway. Alright, take off. Yeah, we just used almost the entire runway. Gear up, flaps up. Alright. So. Well, now we're in the air. Let's go have a look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. Zooming into the skies. And there's also, I'm not going to touch the autopilot, but yeah. So now, put it back into range mode, so that should reduce the power. So yeah. That is going to be it for today's video regarding the LivToAir Eviation. Now, rest assured, whoops. Hard to fly from external view. Rest assured, I will be making more videos on this. I'll be doing full flights in this, but that'll have to wait until after I get back to Japan, because, yeah, I'm currently preparing to leave. So, yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And thank you, LivToAir, once again for giving me this pre-release copy, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.